Once upon a time, in a tiny village, there lived a kind but a struggling shoemaker. One night, something magical happened. Beautiful shoes appeared on his magical workplace, but no one knew who made this. Could it be the tiny helpers with a big secret? Let's indulge into the story of the elves and the shoemaker. Once upon a time, there lived a shoemaker and his wife. The shoemaker used to earn a living by selling shoes. Although the shoemaker was a hard-working young man, he earned very little out of his business. One morning at the workshop, the shoemaker said to himself, "This is going to be the last piece of leather. I have no more money to buy more leather." The shoemaker decided to cut the piece of leather and make the most beautiful shoe out of it. That evening, the shoemaker locked his workshop and walked to his home. The next morning, he started early to the workshop. As he opened the door, he was surprised to see that the piece of leather being converted into a beautiful. The shoemaker picked the pair of beautiful shoes and walked to the market. "I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm going to sell this shoe as soon as possible." As he walked to the market, he found a trader and sold his shoe. He got some money and bought a piece of leather. He returned to the workshop and started cutting the pieces of leather. In the evening, he again locked the workshop and returned home. At dinner time, he told his wife that someone is trying to help him, and he told him about the decorated embroidery shoe. His wife replied, "I know, everything will be fine. You need not worry. Let's not lose hope." The next morning, as the shoemaker opened the workshop, he was amazed and surprised to see 3 beautiful pair of shoes. "This is amazing. I am really thrilled and excited. Someone is really trying to help me with good intentions. But I'm not going to waste time again." The shoemaker picked the 3 pairs of shoes, walked to the market, and got more pieces of leather. He sat in his workshop again, cut the pieces of leather, and left it at the workshop in the evening. The next morning, when he went to the workshop, he opened the door and he saw different types of shoes. There were ballet shoes, sandals, moccasins, clogs, and heels. "This is unbelievable," said the shoemaker. "I am so excited, and I think if this is going to happen every day, I'm not going to run out of money and I'll live happily." The shoemaker took all the shoes and went to the market and sold it for a good price. He got lots of pieces of leather and left it in the workshop, hoping that the stranger would make beautiful shoes with the beautiful handicraft. The next morning, the shoemaker saw that there were 5 to 7 varieties of shoes, and this happened over a week. The shoemaker started to become quite famous in the village as everyone bought the shoemaker's shoe. The shoes were soon splendidly, and it came out magnificently that everyone bought it, and the shoemaker got a good price for his shoe. The shoemaker became rich and built a big mansion, and he lived with his wife happily. But one day, the shoemaker's wife said to the shoemaker, "I promised you that everything is going to be fine, and now, as we see, we are rich and happy. But we need to find out who is helping us." "Yes," said the shoemaker, "but how am I going to find out who is helping us?" "I have an idea," said the shoemaker's wife. why don't tomorrow evening I come to the workshop and let's hide behind your closet and maybe we can find out who is helping us." "That's a brilliant idea," said the shoemaker. So the next morning, as usual, the shoemaker walked to his workshop and started cutting pieces of leather. In the evening, as the shoemaker's wife promised, came to the workshop and they decided to hide behind the closet. And at midnight came two little funny elves jumping inside the workshop, dancing and laughing, leaping into the air. "It's fun! Come on, let's dance!" So they danced and laughed and leaped into the air. After some time, they decided to sit down and cut the leather, and they sewed and made beautiful shoes and decorated them with embroidery. The shoemaker and his wife was amazed to see how the beautiful tiny hands could make such a splendid shoe. After the work was done, the two little elves vanished out into the moonlight. The shoemaker and his wife were so thrilled and excited and said, "We must help the elves as they have been helping us." "But how?" said the shoemaker. "I think we'll make them a pair of woolen trousers and jacket because they look like they have got only torn and ragged clothes." You're right," said the shoemaker, "and I will sew fur boots for them." So the shoemaker and his wife took a week's time to make two beautiful pair of woolen clothes, and the shoemaker made fur boots. And they were quite excited to know whether the elves would like it or not. It was Christmas Eve, and the shoemaker said to his wife, "Today is Christmas Eve. Let's surprise the elves by decorating the workshop and giving them the Christmas gifts." "That's a good idea," said the shoemaker's wife. So on Christmas Eve, the shoemaker and his wife decorated all the workshop, and the workshop looked amazing and beautiful. "I'm sure the elves are going to like it," said the shoemaker's wife. And the shoemaker and his wife peeped behind the closet, waiting for the elves. At midnight, the elves came in the same dramatic manner, and they laughed and danced and leaped into the air. "Wait, brother," said one of the elves. "Did you notice that we do not have any work today?" "Oh yes, I can see some beautiful pair of woolen clothes and some boots lined with fur." "Exactly. Why don't we try them?" "But wait, I think it's the shoemaker has presented us out of gratitude. They're quite happy with what we have done for them." Said the other elf. "Let's try it out. I'm so excited to try it." So the two elves tried on the woolen clothes and put on the boots which were lined with fur. "You are looking handsome," said one of the elves. "And you are looking awesome," said the other elf. "That calls for a celebration." So the two elves again danced and leaped into the air. After that, they vanished into the moonlight, and the shoemaker and his wife stepped out of the closet and was quite happy to see that the elves loved the dress. "It perfectly fit them," said the shoemaker's wife. "I'm so happy." "Yes," said the shoemaker. "Now let's go home, for tomorrow it's Christmas and we need to celebrate." The next morning, on Christmas morning, the shoemaker went to the workshop as usual and cut pieces of leather and left the workshop in the evening. The next day, he opened the door of the workshop awaiting pairs of shoes. But instead, there was no shoes and there was only pieces of leather left exactly the same way there. Where are the elves? And where are the shoes? Said the shoemaker to himself. The shoemaker walked sadly home. He told his wife that there's no more elves and there's no more shoes. The shoemaker's wife said, "That's all right. The elves has helped us more than enough. Now it's time that we get back to work and you work as you always did. I'm sure you can earn a better living by selling the most magnificent shoes." "You're right," said the shoemaker. "You have always encouraged me, and I'm sure I will be making the best shoe ever." The shoemaker said, "Now over the days, I came to know what the people like and what the people want. I know their taste, and I'm sure I can help them by making the most splendid shoe." And from that day onwards, the shoemaker continued to work hard as he ever did, even before the elves came, and he started making the most beautiful and magnificent shoe. And the shoemaker and his wife lived happily ever after. And that's the end of the story, The Elves and the Shoemaker. Children, the moral of the story is to be thankful and grateful in life. This story also teaches us to work harder to have a better life. I hope you all enjoyed the story of the elves and the shoemaker. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button for more updates. Till then, keep smiling. Bye.